Indeed, what is good? Welcome into Driving the Line. My name is Alan Bell, and we have a fantastic show for you today, for you this year. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to everybody. January 1st, 2026. And let me tell you, if you are brand new, you have found the best place in the game right here, Driving the Line, the best crew in the game, and it's not even close. So it's good to see everybody. Happy New Year indeed. It is going to be a fantastic year together with all of us, and I can't wait for every single day of it. Now, speaking of good days, well, yesterday was all right. We'll take it. Iowa and Vanderbilt over 45.5. We get that one. Stephon Castle again. All right, let me pull myself on screen. Kirk, absolutely smoking it. Left and right with Stephon Castle, the Spurs over 6.5 assists. He gets 7 last night. So again, look, what we're definitely going to be doing in 2026, not that we weren't before, but we're giving props where it's due, right? So Kirk, hey, great job, baby. Cashing for the crew. Miami and Ohio State. I said Miami of Ohio State. Miami and Ohio State. Wow. Okay, we're going to talk about this in 1 second. Do not get that over. And Tony, how are you feeling today? Miami gets the win, and Ohio State, I know we've got a lot of Buckeye fans in the crew, so hey, I'm not going to lay it on. I know it's a tough day today. Keep your heads up. That's all you can do. What a win for Miami. Are they like, what do we do with Miami moving forward now? Just unbelievable, man. That is just two big dragons that they've slayed. So shout out to Miami there. All right. We're gonna talk about all that here in just 1 second. Pickett, great folks over there, and Zach Phelps. You couldn't find a better guy than that right there. Use promo code Zach Phelps. That's ZACKPHELPS to sign up and cash in. Join now. Hey, help yourself, help Zach, help Pick. I love it. All good people involved here. So, yeah, definitely use promo code Zach Phelps for sure if you're going to use Pickett and help our boy out because he does a ton for us. Blade said, Happy New Year, crew. Happy New Year indeed, man. And everybody, I know that I won't be able to get all of the comments on the screen, but I see them and, hey, love y'all, man. It's so good to see you. Happy New Year indeed. All right, let's not waste any more time here on me yapping. Let's get right to the picks because we got a lot to break down. Okay. All right. Got 4 plays here. What are we doing? Oh, man. Look at this. Big Brian gifted 5 DTL memberships. Brian, my friend, bless you so much. And welcome in to the 5 new members of the crew, courtesy of our man, Brian. Brian, thank you so much. So good to see you. Yeah, Cap Heights, what's up, baby? Happy New Year. Let's cash out. Try not to crash out. No, indeed, no doubt. Sorry, I mixed up my sentences there. Joshua, hey, my man. Happy New Year 2026 from Aussie Oil. Hey, so good to see you, Joshua, live from Australia. Absolutely love it, man. Dude, I was thinking about you yesterday, buddy. I love it, man. So good to see you. All right, Texas Tech plus 2.5 today. College football against Oregon. What do we do with the teams that didn't play last week? Because last year in this round, it was an issue, and it might be again. I don't know, but we've got to be aware here. Jinxie, Happy New Year's all. Happy New Year, Jinxie. All right, so give me Texas Tech plus 2.5, and we'll break down all these games. Sorry. Georgia minus 6.5. Yeah. Georgia against Ole Miss. Rolling with it. Now, Indiana, money line. Georgia, money line. Big Scott. Guys, just popping in to say Happy New Year. Hope all is well. Scott, so good to see you, my friend. Happy New Year to you especially, brother. Absolutely, man. So good to see you, man. All right, Indiana money line, Georgia money line, plus 100. What do you think? Save it. We'll talk about it. Drop it in the chat. All right. You going any money line parlays today? And Clay Thompson. All right, can we sneak one in? Okay. I don't think the books or anybody is paying attention to the NBA today. Can we sneak Klay Thompson over 2.5 threes? We don't need a ton. All right. Plus 110. Can we sneak this in? I don't know if anybody's paying attention. TJ, good to see you, Bubba. Ottawa Senators, 1+ power play goal, minus 120. Beautiful. Thank you for that. And how's rehab going, man? Surgery, shoulder cuff. How you hanging in there? Okay, thank you, Kirk and Castle. Yeah, in Miami, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, Texas Tech. Tizzle, good to see you, man. Happy New Year, buddy. All right, so these are the 4 that I have. Now, Michael said in the chat, I smell an AB3. You do. You do, my friend. Super kick party. Happy New Year, crew. When you're 100% on the wrong side, take Miami money line last night. Good call. Oh, Josh. Oh, man. Josh, Happy New Year, AB, and everyone supports Drive the Line. Oh, man. Absolutely. And Josh and Swain, everybody make sure, listen, the best radio show in the country. I love it, man. Josh, so good to see you, buddy. Happy New Year indeed, my friend. Okay, so AB3. Okay, what do you think about this? Now, I played it, but I understand if anybody is like, bro, I don't know about this. Can we get all 3 college football games today to 45 points? That's it. You don't have to pick a winner in any of them. But can we get to 45 in all 3 games? Now, you could mix and match this. You could drop Oregon and Texas Tech down to over 39.5. You could drop Alabama and Indiana down to over 39.5. Georgia and Ole Miss, you're going to have some issues if you're looking to do something like this. Now, again, it's risky. Let me say that. Risky. Johnny Boy said, Erling Haaland plays today. B to score a goal is great parlay piece. Manchester City. A great look right there. And John Boy, thank you so much for that. Yeah. Tony said, oh, I'm not sure about that, AB. I know. It's scary, right? Cyclone, I like to accept the Texas Tech one. Yeah, it's scary. All right, so here's what we have. Blade said, Alabama, Indiana is a concerning one. Yeah, that could be. All right, so yeah, Tony said it. Look, Razor Ramon took down Hulk Hogan. He did. Say hello to the bad guy. Kirk said the Castle prop bet 6.5 is key. And when Wemby has to play, seems like Castle and Wemby have synergy on the alley-oop and lob layups. Kirk, great call. You've been smoking this one, man. So, all right, that's what we have. So, let's break it down. Oregon, Texas Tech. Let me pull this full screen here. These times are central. I'm in Nashville, so 12 Eastern, 11 a.m. today. Oregon, Texas Tech, man. What are we doing? Oregon, a 2.5 point favorite, a total of 50.5. Okay, so the first question that we have to ask is, all right, Ohio State, is that a sign of things to come? Because last year in this second round, we saw it. Teams that had a bye, they didn't do well. And Ohio State, is that a continuation? I don't know. Do these games have anything to do correlation with the others? I don't know. But it's enough of where now we got to ask the question. And if Tech, okay, let me ask you this. What happens if Texas Tech doesn't show up? Like, what do you think we do? Paul, man, AB, you were dead on. There were a gang of empty seats in a lot of those bowl games. College football play have changed the bill. Yeah, it really has. You're right, man. Like it, and you hate to see it, you know, because we all like bowl games and stuff. But yeah, I mean, these bowl games have been brutal. They've been tough. What's up, gang? Got married on Tuesday and headed to Hawaii for my honeymoon as we speak. Still can't miss a show. Wow, thank you for that. Happy New Year, gang. Oh my goodness, man, dude. First off, congrats on the wedding. Well, hey, Well done there. Honeymoon to Hawaii. Again, you're just making great call after great call. Well done, buddy. Congratulations, man. Proud of you. All right. So, look, I'm on Texas Tech plus 2.5, but for real, like, what happens if Texas Tech gets blown out? Are you going into freak out mode with Indiana game and Georgia game? Now, I'm not saying that's going to happen. I'm just asking the question. But if Texas Tech doesn't show up, I don't know. A total of 50.5. I don't look. We had a gimmick parlay, right, of totals, but you don't see me rolling with any totals today. They scare me. I'll be honest. I'm not sure what to do with them because I could see Oregon and Texas Tech having 75 points. I could see Oregon and Texas Tech having 25 points, right? Big Brian, hey, y'all, headed to Vegas for the first time tomorrow to celebrate my 10-year anniversary with my wife. Any must-see, must-do events that don't necessarily involve gambling? Great question. Congratulations on the 10-year anniversary, Brian, man. So proud of you, buddy. That's awesome. Yeah, and if anybody has any good thoughts to his question, any must-see, must-do events in Las Vegas that don't necessarily involve gambling? Dude, that's awesome, man. Congratulations, buddy. And yeah, if anybody has any good thoughts, I'll tell you this. Go to the Earl of Sandwich, all right, in Planet Hollywood, right in the middle of the strip. Bottom floor, all right, you walk in the casino. Hotel's like, 30 stories, but like you walk in, bottom level's the casino, and just go around, and you're going to see a place called the Earl of Sandwich. It's fire. They're just sandwiches, but they're really good. So that was my expert analysis there. Okay, so with Oregon and Texas Tech, man, Big Thomas said, let's get that money AB. Man, Thomas, good to see you, buddy. Let's do it indeed. Big Jeff, good to see you, buddy. Happy New Year's. See the show at the Sphere. Nice call. Oh, Brian, are you staying at Planet Hollywood? Yep. Hey, that's so funny, man. I stay there like every time. I love it. It's central location, good spot, right in the middle. You've got Bellagio across the street, Caesars, all of that, man. Planet Hollywood's a great place to stay. And yeah, dude, you're right there in the hotel. Go look for Earl of Sandwich. I swear. I swear by it. It's fire, dude. All right. So Texas Tech, man, like, let's just take a look at these teams. Oregon last week against James Madison kind of gave up a lot of points, scored a lot, but it was a weird game. And Dan Lanning, their head coach, wasn't necessarily happy about it. Wasn't upset, but I mean, he let it know right after that that's not the standard, right? So I think you're going to get full bore Oregon today. But Texas Tech has been there's a reason why in the wrestling bracket we gave Texas Tech the Undertaker, because that's who they are. Let me say this, Tizzle. Yeah, Texas Tech is a top 3 defense. Yeah, like, I don't know where to start in breaking them down, because their offense is fire and their defense is even better. So that's why the total absolutely scares me, man. Like, Texas Tech's been out here winning 30-6 style of games. Are they going to do that against Oregon? Probably not. But I don't know. Who thought Miami was going to just jump all over Ohio State last night? And by the way, also, let me say this. The 6 teams playing today, you might want to score early. All right? This waiting to halftime to get things going, I wouldn't be doing that. Now, easier said than done. I know. I totally get it. But I would be getting on it. Okay? And the reason I say that is that pay attention to the first quarter in these games today. I guarantee you, all 6 teams watched that game last night and saw Ohio State doing nothing and nothing and nothing, right? I guarantee you, with on everything I love, that every single head coach today was yelling at his team last night. That's not going to be us. Go score. So pay attention. As weird as it sounds, I I guarantee that's been the message all night. Coaches texting each other all night. We got to score. We got to score. We got to score. So something to pay attention to. All right. Alabama and Indiana. Jeez. Okay. Indiana, 7-point favorite, total of 48.5. All right. Indiana has literally been perfect. 13-0. Big Ten champs. Alabama took out Oklahoma, and watch out. Alabama's dangerous now. They don't have pressure anymore. Now, not that they're not bringing full 100% Alabama Crimson Tide football today. But, that life or death, people throwing bricks through your way, that's not happening now. Now they get to take a little breath. And that can be scary because Ty Simpson of this team can get down. What do you do with this total? So, all right, 48.5. So let's think about this. 7, 14, 21, 28, 35, 42, 49. So you're getting the hook under that 49. So if you're playing the over, again, I'm not saying do that, but if you are, you're getting the total on the right side of the hook. Tizzle said future Raiders quarterback Fernando Mendoza plays football today. Yes, he does. He's going to look good in that silver and black, isn't he? All right. What do you do with this total? Matter of fact, I'll tell you what. How about I make this easier? Let me pull this full screen. So, you know what you could do with the books? Okay, let me lay this out. You know what you can do with the books anytime that you're looking at a game and you're like, this is pretty tough. I don't know what to do. Well, go to your book of choice and pull up team total. The books will tell you the score that they're on. Right? So look at these team totals. Oregon, 25.5. Texas Tech, 23.5. So the books are telling you what? 25-24. Now, here's the thing to understand. The books are a better just like we are. And in fact, they have the obligation of setting the lines. Now, we all know this information, but what I'm saying is that they're a better too, right? So essentially, the books are coming to the table telling you, we got 25-24. What you got? Right? So it's not an answer to the question, but it's a cheat sheet. Okay. Well, how do I feel about this? Now, go back to the total, 50.5. Obviously, the team totals are going to correlate with the total. They're not dumb, right? But you can kind of get an idea. So if you're somebody that's saying, you know what? I'm going to bet with the books. Like, I'm going to bet on their side. Well, there you go. 25-24 might lay in Texas Tech. I don't know. Now let's go to the other one. Alabama and Indiana. Okay, so ask yourself this question. And Kevin said, Happy New Year. Kevin, my friend, Happy New Year indeed. Big dog, good morning, man. So good to see you. Hope you are having a great one. So, okay, Alabama, team total, 19.5. So, okay, Indiana, 27.5. So, 28-20, 27-20. Again, books are leaning to the under. Now, ask yourself this. Does Alabama get to 20? Seriously. You could just play Alabama team total over 19.5 if you want and say, you know what, AB, I don't need to have 20 bets on today. Give me one. Give me two, whatever. And I'm not saying you're like, dude, I know where I want to go. And it might be Alabama team total, right? You don't have to pick a winner. You don't have to. It doesn't matter what Indiana does, right? So, I mean, it's a strategy. If you're somebody who's looking at that game last night and saying, AB. This is brutal. Yeah, it is. It's tough. Indiana. So 27 and a half. So again, think of how scoring is done in football. 7, 14, 21, 24, 27, or 7, 14, 21, 28. Now, you need all the extra points. Do with that what you will. But, yeah, I mean, the books are kind of giving you that answer. Now, let's go to the last one. Georgia and Ole Miss. Georgia team total over 30 and a half. Ole Miss team total over under 23 and a half. So, what, 30-24? Now, again, this exercise right here isn't some genius thing, right? Like, I didn't uncover anything. You look at it like, yeah, AB, I got it. Team total correlates with the game total. Yeah, it does. But it does just kind of give you an idea. So if you're saying, all right, Georgia, Ole Miss, 30-24. Well, that's what? 4 touchdowns for Georgia, 3 touchdowns for Ole Miss. And I don't have player props in college. Here in Tennessee, you might. So I would be betting on interceptions. That's what I would be betting on today. All right. So Ole Miss and Georgia. Okay. So, all right. Remember, these games are neutral sites. So Oregon and Texas Tech, that's at the Orange Bowl in Miami, 63 degrees. Now, Alabama, Indiana, Rose Bowl, 63 degrees, but we've got some rain. Liddy, you're out there in Los Angeles. I understand that Pasadena is not exactly right next door to your house, but what are we looking at out there, bro? Any of our California folks, what are we looking at out here? All right, Ole Miss and Georgia, that's at the Sugar Bowl in New Orleans, so indoors, no concern there. Georgia, 6.5-point favorite, total of 55.5. That is a lot of points. Hawk, there's a lot there. There's a lot of water on the field. Well, that is going to be an issue. What do we do with Ole Miss and Georgia? How do I? Do you think Ole Miss scores 24 points today? For real? There's so many ways to look at this game. Number one, Georgia has been a team all year that hasn't really scored first. They score last. They don't score first. So if Ole Miss scores first, you might look at Georgia. What's worse, rain or snow? Rain, definitely. Snow's all right. You can manage snow. It's not going to be great, but you can manage in snow. Rain is tough. And really, it's when the wind starts mixing in. That's the biggest thing. Once you get the wind mixed in, it starts swirling inside. Like, you think of like the field level, and you've got that wall. Man, that wind gets in there, it just swirls, and it can be tough. I mean, not every stadium is the same, but man, it can be tough. So yeah, I don't mind snow. Now it's not great, but yeah, rain's definitely worse, especially the harder that it's coming, and when it's coming sideways. Does Ole Miss and Georgia know each other more than the other games? Yeah, they do. And look, I'll say this too. Remember, the head coach of Ole Miss, Pete Golding, comes from the Nick Saban tree, right? Now, not that him and Kirby Smart have had a ton together, but they have. They absolutely know each other beyond. You got that mixed in too. It really is like cousins or brothers fighting each other in the yard. But okay, so what do we do with this? Ole Miss, did they empty the clip last week? That was an emotional game. I don't know if Ole Miss can get up again for 60 minutes. Ole Miss is dangerous to come out and score quickly, though. This game could get going fast. Not that the others won't, but this one could get going. I don't know if these coaches waste a lot of time. Now, Ole Miss, they're in a weird spot too because you have to be hyper aggressive, but you also have to be safe. You can't come out and just fire it and you get a pick six and it's OV from there, right? Hand over the sticks. So, again, I go back to the team totals. What do you think? You think Georgia gets to 31? Do you think Ole Miss gets to 24? You could bet Ole Miss team total under 23.5 at plus 100 if you wanted. Now, I'm not saying to do that, but I don't know. We could see some unders. I don't know. It is so difficult with these totals. That's why I don't have one. Except the alternate one that we worked on. All right, Texas Tech was 2.5, minus 115. Georgia minus 6.5, minus 115. Indiana money line, Georgia money line plus 100, and Clay Thompson over 2.5 threes at plus 110. Now, if you are somebody who's saying AB, it is January 1, Hoss, and you're not coming with a total, man. Child, please. Shout out to Ocho Cinco. All right. Can we get all 3 college football playoff games to 45 today? A little alternate. You could mess around with this too. You could bring Oregon and Texas Tech down to basically 40, and you could do the same thing at 40 with Alabama and Indiana. Ole Miss and Georgia, you're going to have to eat some points. But if we can get to all 3 to 45, we can snag basically a little 200. I sounded so country when I just said that. We can snag a little 200. All right. Hold up. We got to go to our wrestling legends bracket. All right. Ohio State fans, I'm sorry. Shield your eyes. I love you. Kirk, AB, first drive by each team to punt. That's a problem if you think teams come slow. You know what? Trent Wade in the chat. Love him. He's big on those. He's been hitting them. That's a good look. That's a good look. DTL Junkie. Fun fact, Gary Danielson lives right around the corner from my house in Florida. That's awesome. Matty boy, a Texas, Tennessee boy said in country was bound to happen. Yeah, it was. It was going to happen. Yes, because let me tell you, Raw is Jericho. Dude, Chris Jericho's debut, get out of town. He went up with The Rock and handled his business. Dude, Jericho's the man. So we've got Chris Jericho in Oregon right here going up against the Undertaker, Texas Tech. We don't know what is going to happen with Texas Tech today, but take it on. Hey, Raw's Jericho, baby. That's awesome. All right, Ric Flair and Stone Cold Steve Austin. What a matchup this is. Alabama represented by Ric Flair. Arn, we tried to warn you. The enforcer, you know Rick was going to do whatever it took. Well, now he's here. Now he's going up against Stone Cold. Who's going over in this one? Ric Flair against Stone Cold Steve Austin in his Hall of Fame prime. What? Exactly. Oh, man, we're going to find out. Jake the Snake found out at King of the Ring. Oh, my goodness. I love Michael Hayes, a humble fellow. Ole Miss and Georgia. All right, we got a little Southern battle here. Jeff Jarrett, Double J, going up against the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels. Oh, dude. Hawk said it best. If the Heartbreak Kid has Scary Sherry with him, it's over for everyone. For everyone. Shout out, Sherry Martell. Indeed. Rest in peace, girl. You were one of the greats. Oh, yeah. Tony said, Rick is Arn Anderson as the ref. Watch out. Yes, exactly. Look out. Jeff Jarrett, Shawn Michaels. All right. Double J. Got the promotion behind him a little bit last week. What are we going to do now? You've seen him. WCW, Jim Crockett Promotions, WWF, TNA. Going against the Heartbreak Kid himself, man. Shawn Michaels can do it all. Even Bret Hart said it. The only thing bad about Shawn Michaels is he knows how good he is. Look out, Jeff Jarrett. Even with the promotion behind you, I don't know, bro. I don't know. And then, my goodness, say hello to the bad guy. Razor Ramon goes over the Hulkster. Hulk Hogan is out. Who saw this coming? Look at Razor Ramon taking down Bret Hart, the excellence of execution, and then dropping the Hulkster with the razor's edge in the middle of the ring. Oh, my goodness. Now, we could have some matchups here. If Razor and Shawn face each other, let's click. So there we go. That's your wrestling breakdown today. Who you got going over? We got Chris Jericho taking on The Undertaker, Ric Flair taking on Stone Cold Steve Austin, and we got Jeff Jarrett taking on Shawn Michaels. This is a pretty good little mix of legends right here. So there we go. All right. Let's talk about, what do we have? The NBA. Yeah, it's January 1st. And let me tell you, 26 is for the crew. Maddie, gonna need a ladder. Yes, we are, dude. Good call. Ladder match. Good call. JC, did you choose Ric Flair because he's older and been there? Because he kind of looks like Saban? Both. Yeah. That's a good call. Yeah, absolutely. Both of those. Yeah. All right. Rockets and the Nets. One team's 20-10. One team's 10-20. Rockets 11.5-point favorites. Again, if you're just kind of getting into the NBA, welcome in. The Rockets always look at their totals. 218.5. That's a great question. Hold on. Let's take a look at this. Hold on real quick. You ask a good question. Who is Carson Beck rooting for? If that's a great question. I didn't even think about that. Carson Beck, the quarterback of Miami, last year was the quarterback of Georgia. That's a good call. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, who would you be rooting for today? If you were Carson Beck, you want some of Georgia or you want Ole Miss? Put it in the chat. Yeah, if you were Carson Beck, you want that showdown with Georgia or you want Ole Miss? That's a great question. All right, Heat and the Pistons. Tizzle said, yeah, he's rooting for Georgia. Bet your ass he wants to be. I bet. But there's also this side too. Yeah. I can see him saying, nah, let's just go ahead and get Ole Miss. Let's just avoid all of that. Stay focused. Look at Tony. Tony's like, bring on Georgia and Alabama. We don't care down here, baby. I love it, man. Tony, I'm happy for you, buddy. Big Miami fan there. All right. Yeah, Rockets and the Nets. I don't have anything for you there. Heat and the Pistons. All right. Decent game here. Pistons 4.5-point favorites. Anybody taking Pistons money line? Anybody going a little two-leg parlay? Wouldn't mind it. 76ers and the Mavs. All right, so the Mavericks. So we're on Klay Thompson. Over 2.5 threes. for the Dallas Mavericks at plus 110. What do you think? Can we sneak one by here? I don't know if anybody's paying attention to the NBA today. Plus money, I think we could do it. Wayne, I'm thinking that the first half money line on Oregon, Alabama, Ole Miss might be the play since the bye teams might come out slow. Hey, Wayne, good to see you, buddy, and Happy New Year. And yeah, like that's a good strategy, man. All right, let me read that again. All right, I'm thinking that the first half money line on Oregon, Alabama, and Ole Miss might be the play since the bye teams might come out slow. You know what? That's a good call. And I'll tell you this too. The good thing is that, with these games, and let me throw the college games back on the screen real quick, is that we can get a gauge on this first game, right? The Oregon and Texas Tech. So, and Wayne, I love the way that you're thinking in the fact that, like, we're not saying, oh, it's guaranteed like this. No, but if Texas Tech comes out slow, like we might see it play out. It might be a real thing. You know what I mean? So yeah, good call, man. That's a good look right there. I appreciate that for sure. No, and I say that speaking for everybody. Karen, playing some good defenses, they completely change their style and be scoring and can, but yeah, it's a good call there. Yeah, I agree. Also look at quarterbacks to see what year they are in. Okay, yeah. So all right, NBA. 76ers and the Mavs, Celtics and the Kings. Forklifter said, I'm tailing Wayne. That's brilliant. Yeah, it really is. It's a smart look, and I love that strategy. And continuing as we go through the college football playoff, every single little avenue that we can find, no doubt. Yeah. So Wayne, great call. Absolutely. great job, Wayne. And yeah, no doubt. I'm with you. All right, Celtics to the Kings. Again, man, I hate betting money in games with bad teams. But if you're rolling with the Celtics here, total of 227.5. Kirk, AB, another prop on the NBA I've been cashing on is Dyson Daniels for the Atlanta Hawks over 11.5 rebounds and assists. All right, let me start that. Yeah, Kirk, let me say, you keep dropping these, and we all appreciate it. All right. What a name, too. Dyson Daniels. That's a great name. Okay. All right. Yeah. Celtics and the Kings. Jazz and the Clippers. I have nothing on this game. Anybody have anything big they want? Jazz Clippers. That one's a little tough. Sid, Happy New Year, AB. Sid, Happy New Year to you, my friend. Happy New Year indeed. Clippers are a 12.5-point favorite at home. And a total, I bet this total gets smashed. I might roll with the over. If anybody has any disagreements on that, let me know. And I don't say that as like, hey, let's argue. No, I mean, that is, you might be smarter than me. You probably are smarter than me. Well, James Harden under 8.5 assists. Thank you, my friend. Well, Happy New Year indeed, buddy. Tizzle. Totals. I agree, right? Like, I think so too. I really do too. Yeah. All right, let me get the picks up here, and we'll bounce out because these games are about to start, so I don't want to keep everybody here. Let me say this. Join the crew. Think about it. Come hang out. Be a part of it. $5 a month. Look, I promise we'll make that $5 back to you. Scan that QR code right there. Want to be part of the crew. And everybody, for the crew exclusive coming up this week, it's actually in a week, but still, we're going to be talking about like actual New Year's resolutions and using it as an effective tool, right? And how to do that. So I'm big on them. Like it's honestly, it's more goal setting than anything, but anybody that's interested in doing that, we're going to be talking sports and all kinds of stuff too. But I do want to go over that because we got some goals that we're going to be setting, and I want to do it publicly and together, and anybody else in life and all of that, right? If you're somebody who likes to set goals, you like to, a little group talking and all that, and Bring it. And we also talk sports and sports betting too. So there we go. Scan that QR code. We'll make you the 5 back. Don't worry. Anyways. All right, let me get the picks up here and then we'll bounce out of here. And again, I hope everyone has a wonderful, wonderful New Year's Day. All right, give me Texas Tech plus 2.5. Give me Georgia minus 6.5 here. Going to take Indiana money line, Georgia money line at plus 100. And then Klay Thompson over 2.5 threes at plus 110. Klay Thompson of the Dallas Mavericks. So I'm going to try to sneak that one in. All right, now if we want to have some fun, can we get all 3 college football playoff bowl games to 45? That's it. We're not asking for the world. Maybe we are. I don't know. Can we get all 3 to 45? If we could get them to 45, get a little plus 198 and go. C-Dub, Happy New Year, AB. I'm on Oregon. Hey, you know what? Even though I'm on Texas Tech plus 2.5, I mean, look, we've talked about Dan Lanning all year. Oregon, they some bullies. They're fun to watch. Dan Lanning is a heck of a football coach, man. He is an unbelievable football coach. So, yeah, it wouldn't surprise me one bit. They're favored for a reason, right? So, yeah, I'm with you on that. All right, yeah, over 45. Can we do it? All right, that's it. I think we can. David said, Happy New Year, Zach, AB, and team. Happy New Year to you, my good friend. Sid, what kind of factors weather in the Rose Bowl? You know what? Let's just do it right now. Hold on. We're going to walk through it together. Oh, all the leaves are brown. Oh, let me see if I can get this. One second. I know that this is very exciting. Yep. All right. So, okay. So, all right. I was pulling up the forecast here. Yeah, it's going to be wet. It's going to rain. It's going to rain. Look, I know that that's not the best weather outlook there, but I'm concerned about it. Let me see if I can pull one up. Hold on. Me just saying that helps none. 1 second. But I was a little optimistic, and now I am not so much. One second. This is what I'm concerned about. Well, never mind. Of course, it's not going to work. It's not going to pull up. Okay. I tried to do it. The weather's not going to work. It's not going to work with us. Okay. I know. All right. We'll bounce out of here. Everybody, have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. We'll be live tomorrow, 10 a.m. Eastern. But until then, everybody, best of luck. Let's cash these tickets. Have a wonderful, wonderful start to your new year. 26 is for the crew. That is going to be the mantra all year long because we're all going to win together. All right. Best of luck. Let's cash these tickets, and we will see you in the morning. Peace. Who's got it better than us? Nobody.